You don't mind if I eat on mic, do you?
Only if you eat directly into the mic.
How about this? Did you hear anything?
I did not.
Oh, good. I didn't even mute my mic.
And that's less of a editing thing and more just like a misophonia thing on my end.
Okay. And last thing, let me know if you hear this slurp. Anything?
I didn't hear anything, but I was kind of prepared and for like a cartoonish slurping sound effect, but that's okay.
It's out of a straw from a water can thing. So
no,
Yeti bottle.
I don't think Discord has a built-in slurp sound.
Slurp,
which is too bad.
All right, they got a classic.
Thanks, Discord. Yeah, the robots are here, so let's get to it. As you know, I don't know how to start the podcast, so it'll either be whatever we keep from that or something along the lines of welcome to Late to the Movies. My name is Ben Holden. This is a podcast where my friends and I get to fill in our movie blind spots. Each week we'll pick a film that either I or a guest hadn't seen before and really should have by now. This week, continuing big Rob Reinter, a whole winter month long of Rob Reiner films. 1990s Misery, to talk us through it. Left, right, across your podcast dial. Guests today are Vaz.
Ben, you still got it.
Hey, thanks. It's relevant in a meta sense.
Yes.
I was trying to think. So there's so many weird things that Kathy Bates says in this movie. Is wondering if it was going to be one of those that you picked, but
nope. Right from the beginning.
Perfect.
Art movie. I just got that far.
Yeah, that's yeah. Oh, you forgot how the podcast works. You're supposed to watch the movie before we talk about it.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, well,
it's been a while, so I think I can be forgiven.
I think so too. Well, with that in mind, have you watched anything good in the last 12 months?
Oh, I don't know. You know me.
Gone to any international film festivals of note?
Let me think. Let's see. Oh yeah, I went to the Toronto one in Toronto, Canada, and nice. it was good. I will say I'm a little disappointed. I wanted it to be more of a movie mecca kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But there's a decent amount of commercialism to it, which is kind of expected. But I still enjoyed myself. It's just great to just go to a movie and then right after the movie, the director and then a bunch of other people show up and just talk about the movie. That I wish I had for every movie.
Yeah.
Even if it was just a special feature.
That'd be good.
Yes.
What was the best thing you saw there?
Best thing I saw there at the time, Nouvelle Vague, which was not a premiere or anything, but I was a big fan of Richard Linklater's newest film. Second newest film, I guess. Because it came out with 2 this year. But I really enjoyed it. It's a classic, just hangout film from him. And it's about the French New Wave director, Jean-Luc Godard, and making a Breathless. And it sounds like it would be pretentious from just that. But it's not. It's not at all. Just kind of cool.
Well, when I was at my most pretentious in college, I would say that Breathless was my favorite movie. Not that that's not necessarily true, maybe, but it's not like a super pretentious kind of film either, since it's so loose.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be my go-to at the time to like try to impress people at parties and stuff. Also, I love Breathless.
I do too, actually. I'm not trying to dunk on the movie, but it is very pretentious for someone to be like, "Oh, Breathless is my favorite film."
Right? Yeah, yeah. That's not a comment on the film. That's a comment on like 22-year-old me trying to like be cool. But good movie. I had a French roommate at one point that I asked to try to explain what the final line of Breathless plays like to a native French speaker. Because the subtitles loses some of the nuance.
That's what do you say?
I don't really remember.
All right.
But it's like Jean-Paul Belmondo says something that's sort of like a saying, but the Gene Seberg character is American and doesn't know the phrase and asks for like a cop to be like, what did he say? And he like misinterprets the quote to her, and that's what she's left with from this guy.
Huh.
It's cool. He says like, life's a bitch and then you die. And then she's like, what do you say? And the cop's like, he said you're a bitch. It's like what the when I saw it in a film history class is essentially what the subtitle said.
Okay. I kind of forgot that part. And I watched it last year for like the second time.
Yeah. Yeah. I just remembered that and then remembered it being like, oh yeah, it's interesting because it doesn't play as well if you're not a native French speaker who doesn't understand the phrase as like a common thing. Or something like that. I'm still not a native French speaker, so that could be incorrect.
Who knows?
Who knows? I don't. On that note, you'd think I would have seen Nouvelle Vague by now, but I haven't. So
don't worry, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, potentially. It's on Netflix, so who knows what they'll do with it.
Well, that's true. Speaking of Oscar movies, have you seen anything that's up for a bunch of nominations or not that many nominations? It's like Oscar watching season for me and a lot of people. So anything been standing out to you from that?
I mean, I have on Sunday, I finished all the Best Picture nominees. I only had one before when the nominations was released that I hadn't seen, which was Train Dreams, which I thought was great. It's not my favorite of the bunch, but it is like in the middle of the pack. I think it's deserved its Oscar, even though I think there's movies I would rather see get nominated, but that's a whole other story. But I'm a big fan of Marty Supreme. That's my that's the one I'm rooting for.
I haven't seen Marty yet, it being still in theaters and me being housebound and it keeps snowing on weekends. But I've seen 4 Best Picture nominees now.
I know you got Train Dreams, One Battle, Sinners.
And I haven't logged it on Letterboxd yet, but
that's why you're throwing me off.
Yeah, the most recent one I watched was Sentimental Value.
Oh, okay. What'd you think of that one?
I loved it. Big fan.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I didn't like it as much as Worst Person in the World, but I feel like if I give it another shot, I would like it more. Maybe even close to being better than Worst Person in the World.
My initial reaction was like it didn't hit me as hard as Worst Person in the World did, like on a first watch. But in the days since thinking about it more, I like it more over time. I don't know if it's that Worst Person in the World for me either, but I do really like Sentimental Value. I've liked so all 4 movies I've watched so far, I've really liked at a baseline. Some of them I've loved. And
this has been a good solid year for movies. Although I will say for the Oscars, I feel like this is the year where there's the least amount of movies nominated for awards. Because like a lot of the big Best Picture Best Picture nominees are taking up a lot of them. Like Sinners got 16. Then right after that, One Battle After Another got 13. Then like Marty Supreme has 9. Hamnet has 8. Sentimental Value has 8. Like all the Best Picture nominees are just gobbling up all the other nominations.
Yeah, this won't shock you. I listen to some podcasts that care a lot about the Oscars and talk about how that works. And through award season, that's been sort of an ongoing thing for the last few years that there's a lot less what?
Variety.
Yeah. And there's a lot more sort of agreement. There's a lot more consensus between all these different bodies of voters that give out awards. There's sort of just like, there's early movies that are understood like, oh, those are the movies and they get all of the nominations. And I don't know if it's a function of however they're doing nominations these days, but there's less weird oddball things. There's fewer movies that just have 1 or 2 and there's some, there's aside from like special effects and maybe sound.
I was going to put in makeup.
Yeah. Makeup also. You don't see too many just like craft categories that are getting soaked up by not soaked up wouldn't be the right word. That just like a weird like something that has really good production
Yeah, yeah.
design sneaks in, and that branch loved it, but no one else did. That's happening less and less these days, which is interesting, I guess. Or
No,
maybe you don't care about the Oscars. I don't know.
I find it
It's
interesting.
it makes it a lot easier to be like, okay, if you watch the 10 Best Picture nominees, you will have seen most of the award categories that are going to be announced during the telecast. So
True.
you're good. You're good on
You're
that.
you're more invested.
Yeah. And then just like throw on K-pop Demon Hunters, and there's another category you're good on. And,
Yep, yep.
um, but yeah, the four I've seen so far are at worst movies I liked. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Last year there was Wicked and Amelia Perez, two movies I really didn't enjoy that were both,
Yeah,
I think, like that average of 4 hours long each. So nothing's felt like that so far this year.
yeah, and I mean, like the biggest like villain of the Oscars so far is Hamnet, and like that's still a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't, and I
Totally.
also think it's a little unfair for that to be the villain of the Oscars, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. It's that little kid. People don't like the look of him.
No,
Weird vibe.
he's too little.
He's too
Get him
little.
bigger.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I haven't watched Hamnet yet, but I assume he's the villain.
I he's actually the titular Hamnet or the
What?
yeah,
I
yep,
don't
yep.
believe it.
He's the Hamnet. I'm sorry.
Dang, he's the Hamnet. Who knew? Um, we'll watch Hamnet.
Hamnet, who this?
But yeah, I think I don't know. There's nothing that I'm like not looking forward to seeing. Nothing feels. Yeah, I wouldn't even say that nothing feels like homework. It was like last year I was actively dreading watching Amelia Perez, but for
Yeah,
some reason I commit to watching all 10. So
that one's a rough one.
yeah.
I mean, I think like the one I like the least is there's two that I'm like meh about. It's Frankenstein, which is still at least um that guy Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
So that's always. I mean, like even if I wasn't crazy about, even if I liked it more and it wasn't nominated or anything like that, like I was still gonna watch it. It's Guillermo.
There's I guess it's now a more than a trend. It's more just like this is what happens with the last couple Guillermo del Toro movies, at least with Nightmare Alley. My nerdy friend group that holds a party for the Oscars and tries to watch all the Best Picture nominees. Um, for that one and for this one, the ones who've seen Frankenstein so far, at least, they're all like, yeah, like it. The craft is cool. I didn't really vibe with it, but it looks cool and there's some stuff in there, but this is probably like my least favorite one of the bunch.
Yeah, and I would fall the same in line with that. I kind of it felt a little muted to me. Like I don't know. I couldn't get into it.
I
Also I
don't.
forgot I wasn't crazy about Begonia. I didn't like Begonia.
It's weird to say, but I think Begonia actually is the movie I'm least looking forward to watching, just because like I'm good on Yorgos for a bit. Like I
We were
feel like I'm
starved for
good.
him for so long, and
I
then he came
know.
out with two in a row. Well, three in a row, and I liked the
Yeah.
first two a lot. And then I'm like, okay, maybe we do need a little less Yorgos in our lives
Yeah.
as
A
Cisco
director
once
I
said.
like a lot, but I think like I don't know, it just feels like a lot. It's he's I don't if I said I might have said this on the last thing I recorded and I'll delete that if so. But for it's like how I feel about salt and vinegar chips, where it's like sometimes I'm like, oh man, I'm really in the mood for that, and then after like a few of them, I'm like, yeah, I'm good for a year at least.
Oh, that's how I feel about Fritos.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a similar thing. It's like, ooh, if I'm craving it, nothing does what they do, but
Yep,
then I'm good for a really long time.
yep.
I don't need three like Oscar races in a row. Not that Kinds of Kindness got much love, but
No, I wish it
I
did.
yeah. Yeah, they had some interesting stuff going on. But yeah, I mean, let Emma Stone do her what Super Bowl commercial was she in?
Uh,
Squarespace?
Squarespace. Yeah, she was trying to get a website.
Yeah, let her do more Squarespace ads and
Yeah,
make and Nathan
her
Fielder
passion.
shows and yeah. and stop making her do these weird Greek movies.
She's a big Yorgos man.
Yeah. Not that the movies are weird and Greek, but movies for this weird Greek man. Yorgos.
Yes.
Anyway, that said, One Battle After Another, probably my favorite so far of the season, but we'll see where it stacks up when I've watched all 10. I'm not even halfway through yet.
Yeah, you got a few more left. I think, considering what you've seen so far, I feel like maybe Marty Supreme will take over. Who knows? Marty Supreme will probably become, after you watch it, you have a better understanding of it, but it's probably going to become a frat house classic.
Yeah, I just love that Kevin Leary's in that. I can't wait to see how he does. Big fan of him personally and all his views on politics and stuff.
How about Penn Teller?
Who are they in that? Are they in that?
Oh wait, it's one of them. I said the name as though I thought it was just the one person, but I think it's Penn who's in there, not Teller. Teller's the quiet one, right?
Penn's also in One Battle After Another.
Oh, he is? I forgot about that. You're right. I forgot that he was in there.
Yeah. Now, all
he's the one who owns the dojo, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro, amazing in that movie. So good.
Very good. Love them.
Yeah. What I don't know. It's a lot else we need to talk about before getting that sounded weirdly negative. I mean, next month is going to be all Oscars movies, so I'm like, I guess I can save some of it.
I think we probably can. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And like, if people want Oscar talk, they probably are going to a different podcast in the first place. So let's get back to Rob Reiner.
Robbie,
I had not seen the film Misery before. I had seen a few scenes from it that, much like I've said the last two episodes, which were When Harry Met Sally and The Princess Bride, on different AFI and other countdown lists, but on a lot of lists, scenes from Misery, specifically one of them, get pulled out and used a lot. So that's just the thing Rob Reiner had going. So the last three movies, 87, 89, and now 1990, this 3-year period that is right in the core of this like ridiculous, like decade-ish run that Rob Reiner had of kind of unimpeachable films. Yeah, Misery. This is the first time we've done a Stephen King adaptation in a while, so that's fun too. And then
Shawshank, right?
We have actually never done Shawshank. We've done The Shining.
That's it, Shining.
Yeah, we've done The Shining. Is there something else we've done? There might be. And I don't know what the fourth Rob Reiner film is yet, so we could do another one. Stand By Me is in there, which is also Stephen King. Or I'm wrong. Yeah, but I am still knocking the rest off. All I was meaning to say to set up the next part was I had not seen Misery before. How about you, Voss?
I have seen Misery before. I saw it some years ago, and I remember it being great. And I watched it again for the podcast.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you want to give us a 1-minute plot summary?
Why not? Give me a sec while I pull up the IMDb page so I get the characters' names correctly.
Oh, okay. But it's going to be a reveal that you've always just read the Wikipedia summaries.
Oh, yeah. I'll also read the Wikipedia summary for it. That'll make it easier.
As long as you get it within a minute, it counts. I guess I've never said what the rules are.
Yeah. The minute started already, right? Is this part of the minute?
Yeah.
All right. This is really... All right.
No, it doesn't have to be. Whenever you're
all right. No, that's fine. I'm not going to take that long. All right. Paul Sheldon's going to have the ultimate fan weekend. And when I mean weekend, I mean longer, like months. With his biggest fan, Annie Wilkes. Sorry. Oof. And he's going to have a bad time. That's it. Sorry.
That's pretty good.
I had a whole bit earlier, and then I just messed it up.
That's okay. If you think of it later, feel free to return to it. I was gonna say that's a pretty good synopsis for this, because going into it, like I said, I had seen clips, scenes, knew the bed and the room and James Caan, and
which is
uh,
arguably a lot of the movie
I
right
was gonna
there.
say he's in that bed by minute 8, I think, including
I
opening
think so.
credits. So that happened, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I assumed that was most of the movie, but I had just based on the whatever I knew about it.
The one
But
clip you've seen.
yeah, totally. It makes sense. He's in bed for most of the movie. But yeah, he's in that bed by minute 8. He gets out for the last scene, and that's it.
What a great job for James Caan to get. Oh, I get to just lie down all day? Cool. Great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Um, I also knew going in that Kathy Bates had won an Oscar for this role. And even knowing that going in, Kathy Bates is amazing in this movie.
On this watch, that's something I really understood. Because she just she brings it to a whole other level. Just going from uh weird to funny to religious to incredibly dark
Yeah.
so quickly.
Yeah. I like that she's not doing like I don't know why my brain went to Split and James McAvoy, but she's giving you like a lot of different things at different times. And you understand this is an unstable person who can like flip on a dime
Yep.
and have like a different whole vibe. But it's all of a piece, I think. And wow, she really she's just, I don't know, heater after heater. Every scene, every line delivery is so good. One
I
thing
might
that
put some
has,
bullets in it later.
okay, yeah, yeah, right. Um, there's a thing we've talked about, I think, both of the first 2 episodes, which is giving Rob Reiner some credit, at least most of the credit for tone management in both Princess Bride and When Harry Met Sally. Both movies are kind of mashups of genre that if you had someone less skilled in the performances, in the directing, in the writing, even, it just wouldn't work at all. But they work. They all hang together, and they can do different things and have different modes, and it all works. I think that's true of this movie too, but also Kathy Bates's performance. She's going to all these different modalities, but it all still hangs together, and it's really impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking on tone, this movie goes from like thriller to like kind of a just a sweet chemistry between the sheriff and his wife. And then even from there, just speaking for Rob Reiner, he's a really great um, acting director because he can get some incredible performances from people out of any of his movies.
There's yeah, totally. I think yeah, I mean there's not like a bum performance in this. Everyone's good with whatever screen time they have. The dynamic between the sheriff and his deputy slash wife is great, and they're
Yeah,
barely on screen together, but you
and
still are really sad when that guy gets shot at the
oh
end.
yeah, have you seen the Straight Story from David Lynch?
I have not. That is one of my Lynch blind spots.
It's a it's a fantastic
Too
movie.
straight. I've heard it's not discursive at all. It's just pretty straight.
It's one line, the whole movie.
That's crazy.
But the only reason I bring it up because it stars Richard Farnsworth, who is the sheriff here, and he's incredible in The Straight Story, and I think he's just lovely in this movie.
He is the first time he gets called by Lauren Bacall, by the way, in his
Yep,
very small role. Um,
great
the
though.
first
I
time
love seeing
yeah,
Lauren Bacall.
yeah, same.
Oh, and
He
Lauren Bacall is making a bunch of calls,
yeah, that's what
living up to
that
her name.
yeah, that wasn't in the
Perfect casting.
script or in the
No,
book. That character doesn't make any phone calls, but they're like, well, we got the person who invented calling people here, so that's why we call it that. Um, that's a dumb joke.
no, that was good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. the first time he gets the phone call about this going on, and he's like, "Oh, we'll put it in our system and see what happens." You're like, "Oh, this is sort of just like archetypal, almost backwoods, but like small town sheriff. He's not going to do anything about this." But he's immediately like the gears are turning, and you're like, "Oh, he's actually cares about this and is going to look into this and get stuff done." And no one else cares.
No, they see like other detectives. And the FBI is helping out too. Like someone had to have seen the car door and been like, "Well, that's weird. We won't look into it."
Yeah. And you like every step of the way that they get like a little bit closer, you're like, oh, they'll figure out what's going on. There's only so many possibilities. And like aside from the sheriff, they keep making the wrong conclusion and like committing to it.
Yep. And then they were just like,
involved.
"Oh, he's just dead. We give up."
Yeah, we didn't find his body, but he's definitely dead. It's weird that he crawled away from this accident, but we didn't see any, trail or body, but he's probably dead. So whatever.
He's probably dead. Probably got eaten.
Yeah.
His bones are in like a bear or something.
Yeah.
So, sorry, famous writer.
Yeah.
No more misery books, everyone.
Ugh. Speaking of famous writers, a name I haven't mentioned yet, even though we did a Princess Bride episode, is William Goldman. He wrote both Princess Bride, the book, and the movie, and also Misery, and also, I don't know, many of the most iconic screenplays of all time. And I just wanted to not forget to mention William Goldman in this episode also. So there you go. For all the Goldman heads out there, you've been satiated, I hope. Speaking of famous writers, this is, to my knowledge, the only time Stephen King has written a story about a writer. And that's also a great joke.
Yes, it is a great joke.
Thank you. Where are you on Stephen King adaptations is where I was going to go with that.
I mean, I'm usually for them. I mean, I love Carrie. That is one of my favorite movies. And I'm trying to think of. I mean, I like Shawshank Redemption. I think it's a great movie. I don't love it as much as like other people do. The Shining, I love, which I know Stephen King hates. I mean, but by and large, I mean, he pretty much has like his own like genre of film now.
Yeah, he just never stops working. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, is there any other writer that has as many movies adapted as he does?
I doubt it, unless you count Shakespeare, I guess.
Yeah. Those are plays.
Fair enough. Yeah. Then no. And I also forgot that we, of course, done an episode on Carrie as well as The Shining. So this is at least the third Stephen King adaptation. I'm sure I'm forgetting others. I felt like making a dumb joke about like, oh yeah, obviously, and then the Matthew McConaughey Dark Tower movie we've done like 12 episodes on. We haven't. And that's it's too obscure of a reference to have made a good joke out of. So I'm glad I explained it instead of trying to pull it off.
Yeah. No, I got it. I remember we did the episode where we did the first movie, and then the next episode was the first season of the second book, and then the third episode was the second movie.
Yeah. And of course, by the time you got to the 40th episode, it ended the same way the first episode started.
Yep.
So there you go. Spoilers for Dark Tower, I guess. There's a lot of stuff that happens in between. So whatever. It's not really a spoiler.
So, as someone who hasn't even read Dark Tower, that did not sound like a spoiler to me.
Yeah, totally. And Idris Elba's there, maybe? I don't remember if he was in the movie.
Yeah, he's in the movie.
Good.
I think he's the Dark Tower. I'm not 100% sure.
That makes sense. Is in Cats. Heyo.
Can we talk about that?
Very nude and tall in that movie.
I think Idris Elba needs to get a new agent.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's a great actor. He just has not found like a great role for him. Have you seen his Catherine Bigelow movie, the
House of Dynamite? Which, as Blank Check points out, the poster, the title in the title card of the movie, and I think like one other thing about one other officially released thing about the movie all have the title different. Like A House of Dynamite, The House of Dynamite, or House of Dynamite, I think. Or House Full of Dynamite, I think is the one that appears in the film. Anyway, I haven't seen it. Catherine Bigelow is trying to do her one thing now, and that's a little disappointing for me.
It
But
is,
I know people who liked that movie.
and it's. I don't. I don't want to get into it. Let's go back to Misery.
This is because of Kathy Bates. Speaking of famous Kathys or Catherines, because of Kathy Bates, this is the only Stephen King adaptation that has won an Academy Award.
Oh, I guess that's wait. Shawshank didn't win anything, right?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Wow.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah. Which I'm sure he's fine with. He likes to wear his badge as like most critical folks consider him kind of like a pulpy, almost kind of garbagey writer. So I'm sure he's fine with it not being his stuff never really getting Tony adaptations, aside
Probably.
from like some of the most iconic movies ever made that just haven't won stuff.
I guess speaking on that, like, I mean, this movie talks about that directly, considering Paul is like not a well-respected writer until like he gets some uh like award talk at the end of the movie for writing that book after his whole experience with Kathy.
Yep. That is I for one am shocked that Stephen King put some of his own experience into this writer character at the center of the story.
Isn't it so strange for Stephen?
Yeah.
I mean, for this movie, do you think it's more about him, like how he feels about like fans and their critics about it, or and how the critics feel about him, or do you think it's more about him and his writing process and how he actually thinks about himself? I feel like Kathy is more of a part of some sort of part of him.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, that read makes a ton of sense to me. I can't add a lot to it. I think that was succinct and correct. The another option is this also just, did he write this in one of the times that he was like injured in a bad accident and really bedridden and high on pills? Because that's a few of his books also.
I think it probably wasn't bedridden. I think he was. He could just take the high on pills and probably take out pills for drugs.
Yeah.
And probably just one of those.
Yeah,
And maybe
fair
a nurse
enough.
was taking care of him.
Maybe. I like that read. I don't know why so I only finished watching this movie about 30 minutes before we finished. And I was like, well, obviously this is like his writing process and whatever. And it's like, yeah, that totally makes sense that she's part of the process too, of some kind of inner demon, inner voice, whatever that Stephen King has.
Everything he does.
Yeah.
Too many swears.
Yeah.
It's
not fair.
It's not fair. Just write the shit that you're supposed to write.
I think it is there's critics in there, there's audience in there, and there is himself in there for sure.
Yes.
And maybe that's why she has so many different distinct personalities without ever like them never like playing a heavy hand on like the James McAvoy and Split type of actual different personalities. I liked this movie a lot. It all works for me really well.
Yes, like I said earlier, like I actually like this more on my second viewing than I did on my first one. I don't know why. I think I just got like more deeper into it. Maybe because it's also winter that we're watching this in. We are covered with a bunch of snow everywhere. And it felt a little.
It's really hard to move around.
Yep. I did recently break both my legs in a car accident.
Yeah. I recently turned my penguin statue at due north instead of due south.
Yeah, that happens. I run into that situation all the time. So I also want. Oh yeah. I got it pointing in a direction that actually makes sense for me now.
Nice.
Yes. I do also want to go into, so clearly Kathy is an obsessed fan of Paul here, but then we also have Richard Farnsworth's character, the sheriff, who starts reading all of his work, and then due to one of the lines in the book, he figures out that Kathy's probably like involved, or to at least check out Kathy. So it's about like there's a bit of like how to interpret the text that is written by the writer, like because Kathy is clearly observing the text in like a uh something that self-serves her, and Richard the sheriff is reading the text in a way to get into the psyche of Paul, or at least some sort of psyche of something like that. I don't know. This is just a thought I've been having about the movie, or at least that part of it.
Hmm.
Any thoughts about that? Or is it just rambling?
No, that made sense to me. I started looking up Kathy Bates towards the end, so I missed the part that was a question.
That's okay.
So I apologize. Can you repeat it?
Yeah. It's how the fans or the readers interpret the work of the artist. Because Richard Farnsworth is able to find Paul because he read the text of one of the Misery books, found a line that connected it to Kathy. And then, Kathy just reads the text and she only wants whatever she wants from the text, sort of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that maybe there's something to that. Maybe that was subconscious. Stevie Geek's part.
Yeah.
But yeah, the people who engage with it on its terms are able to like solve the mystery and then get really
a deeper meaning out of it.
Yeah.
Also a decent amount of fire in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, for a snowbound winter film, a lot of fun.
Yeah. They cooked the original script. I mean, his first book. He cooks his last book. And then also when they're lighting the candles, and he's trying to poison her, the candle is actually the thing that like ruins his chances of poisoning her.
Dang candles.
I know.
We haven't really talked about the plot too much, but like we said, he's in the bed pretty quickly.
Yep, he's in the bed. He's having a bad time at first. Later.
Richard Farnsworth is trying to track him down. That's most of it.
Yeah.
Lauren Bacall's on the blower trying to get it through.
Yep. A lot of talk about the his daughter here and there, but we never see the daughter or hear from her.
Yeah, there's stuff like that around the edges that I am curious about the book and how different it is and how much of the ratio of in the house versus other people out in the world doing stuff and talking about this and trying to find him it is,
Yeah.
Not saying I think it's any different, but I'm curious if the ratio is different. I feel like it might be. It feels very Stephen King-esque for the sheriff to do really well, be like, obviously like, oh, this dude's the best. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what's up. He's tracking down these clues. He's working hard. And then he gets to the precipice of success and is immediately killed very unceremoniously. Feels very Stephen King.
Very murked.
Yeah.
It's also classic kind of a horror where no one will save you, so you have to save yourself.
Yeah. The cops show up like they do towards the end of a lot of horrors, and it's just you got to figure it out yourself.
Yep.
I like his gambits. That he's like, yes, I am in love with you, and but we have to finish the book.
Yep.
And she's just so into that book and what happens to Misery that she goes along with it. She just wanted to know who her father was.
Don't you want to know? Who could it be?
Yeah. That's one of the things that Kathy Bates just delivers so perfectly here, that it's like, it's always, there's a good amount of dark humor in all of the movie, and especially all of her line readings, like
you poopy
laced with menace and yeah. God, yeah.
Dirty, she's also known as the Dragon Lady too, which I don't think was ever brought up besides just like in the news clips.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is like, I wonder if there's like a lot of news clips in the book that you like read the entire article of. That is interesting. On like page 5 about her doing infant murders,
Yep.
they said their newspaper refers to her as like Dragon Lady.
Oh, that's another
And nothing
connection to
else
fire
does.
too.
That's right. You're putting the pieces together.
I'm putting something together. I haven't figured out what yet. Also, um, this is at the very beginning of the movie, arguably not even part of the movie. At the beginning of this movie, did you think like, oh, I guess I just finished an episode of The Simpsons when they did the whole Castle Rock beginning part?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what happened to me when I started watching When Harry Met Sally too. It's like, oh,
Whoops, I just finished something.
what was the couch gag in this one? I didn't even see it. This one's more a bed gag because the opening credits end with the car crash and then he's in the bed. So it's sort of like the opening of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The couch is the bed in this situation. And the gag is it's the hobbling. Do we should probably bring up the hobbling.
So that's obviously the scene I was referencing by like the scene that gets put into, clips of best villains in film, most disturbing movies or whatever. It's not really a horror movie, but it is like unpleasant kind of thing that is still has some kind of weird verve and magnetism to it. I don't know. It's like a really propulsive story, even though the main character's in the bed for an hour and 35 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene's brutal.
It's I mean, it's just that level of like helplessness of like, oh, something terrible is going to happen, and you're awake for it, and you can't do a thing about it.
James Caan's really good in that scene.
Yep.
The prop that they use, they show just enough of.
Yep, and they only show the one. They don't show both of them.
Yep, just on the first swing, the foot goes, more than 90 degrees off its axis.
Yep.
And you're like, damn, that looked bad. And you feel bad for him too, because like you see his feet a lot early in the movie and they're really messed up.
Oh,
by
bad.
The time this happens, his feet are like almost back to normal. And you're like, damn, all that progress.
And I mean, and then just to all that progress, like you feel like you're like, oh, he's potentially he could be like on his way out soon. Because he's we see him like working out with the typewriter, lifting it over his head, trying to build up those arm muscles, and just trying to work his way out of there. And then just all that progress just like right down the drain of just getting just getting hobbled.
Yeah. That's one of the more painful looking things you'll see in a movie. And it's she's not in her like mad headspace in that one either, so that makes it like that much creepier and more effective that she's like the most calm she is in the entire movie during that scene.
Do you think Anthony Hopkins was influenced by that in any way for the Silence of the Lambs?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call it now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
good.
I think because he's strapped down to the bed and he's like, you got to get me something like that, but on wheels. And that's
and
how
you put me in it.
And you put me in it. Yeah. I don't know. I've never read Red Dragon. I don't know. And
Red Dragon, Dragon Lady, another connection.
Dragon Lady. It's another connection. And the other one where Hannibal Lecter's introduced, is that Mindhunter? What, I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember. Hannibal.
Yeah. Anyway, probably. I mean, this becomes a pretty quickly iconic character. Stephen King says Annie Wilkes is his favorite character in his literary canon. And obviously she wins an Academy Award for it. Does Kathy Bates?
And
she's amazing in this movie.
Did you ever watch that Stephen King crossover TV show? I think it's called Castle Rock.
I did not. I know people who did, I think, and she's in there too, right?
Yeah, Lizzie Kaplan, I know, plays her. I never watched the show. I just remember Annie Wilkes shows up and that it's Lizzie Kaplan.
I do like Lizzie Kaplan. I hope
Same.
she has a good time in there.
Same.
Um, has Annie Wilkes made it to Welcome to Derry yet?
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say she's the clown.
Yeah, I think Christine's in there, right? I don't know. I don't know what's happening in Welcome to Derry.
Oh, is Christine in the Welcome to Derry?
It's like a lightly connected universe of Stephen King stuff that is mostly it.
Okay,
Is
I
my
did not know that.
understanding as
I
someone
thought
who
it
has
was just.
not seen it.
I just thought it was it stuff, and that's it.
I think there's a really good chance that it is, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's also, I mean, it's not hard to just put a car in an it,
Yeah.
and whether or not that car kills people, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. I think I've just seen ads for Welcome to Derry that feature a car, and I intuited the rest completely out of my ass.
You know, I had the same thing that happened when I watched the Fast and the Furious. I was like, "This is a Christine spinoff, right?"
There's a bunch of Christines in this one. That's crazy. Look out.
I kept yelling at my screen, "Paul, watch out! Christine's there." Vin, what are you doing? Get out of the car! That's a Christine.
Yeah, I figured the easiest way to find this out is I'm just looking at the cast list, and no one's credited as being Christine in this show, so I'm probably wrong about everything I said.
Have you seen Christine?
Yeah, of course. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
John Carpenter
Oh
film.
yeah, that's right. Yep. I mean, would anyone be cast as Christine in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You said it with
Yeah.
such,
Yeah.
certainty. I have to believe you.
You could do Andy Serkis. He could do it really well, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Herbie. He hasn't been acting for a while.
No. Yeah,
I
that's
know.
like a late career move. You come back and you play like the villain, and like he's like more grizzled now, so it works really well.
Yeah. I know he's not the same type of car. I'm sure people will have an outcry of being like, "That's a Beetle. That shouldn't be Christine." Um, but I think they'll get over it.
No, I don't think people on the internet getting over stuff. I don't know. We'll
That's
see.
true. They probably just want Kit to play the Christine.
I was about to give up on this.
You got more card stuff for me?
I was about to give up on the idea that this is a connected universe in Welcome to Derry.
Uh,
A character is sent to prison,
prison.
Shawshank. So,
Connected universe.
yep.
Soon they're gonna go to a hotel soon.
Yeah, which is in Castle Rock,
Yep.
fictional Castle Rock, right?
I'm sure there's probably some towers there.
Must be.
Someone's gonna have a prom. And you know what? I bet at the end of this season, it's gonna find out they're under a spear.
Would I like this show, do you think? I don't know that I would. I didn't really like the movies because it's just the like it's all quiet and then a CGI monster goes blah 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 blah. Which isn't my favorite genre, but
The blah
I
blah blah
like Bill
blah genre.
Skarsgård. What?
The blah 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 genre.
Yeah, it's not my favorite thing. Where it's just like entirely predicated on CGI jump scares that doesn't really do it for me.
Then you're not gonna like the It movies. I haven't seen.
But
Barry,
what I like the show, since I just reconfirmed without a doubt that it is a connected universe with a lot of other stories I do like.
I mean, you know what? I say start with Castle Rock and then watch Welcome to Derry.
I think that's a good call because I haven't seen any. I'm just skimming plot summaries now, and I haven't seen anything else to support this nonsense.
It's just the Shawshank and then It.
Yeah,
You might just be watching an It.
yeah. It seems that might be more Easter egg level, and honestly, I mean, his stuff is all lightly connected anyway. So I haven't read all of it. Maybe someone mentioned Shawshank in that too. It would make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all in Maine.
to bring it back to Misery, I mean, it is a little misty in the beginning.
Oh no. Are there large bugs? Probably. That's why she doesn't want to leave.
She's the hero.
Although that is have you seen 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Yes, I did.
That's the twist at the end of 10 Cloverfield Lane. It's pretty good, but if you haven't seen it yet, that's on you.
It is. I forgot about that twist. I'm thinking more about John Goodman.
Yes, I am now also thinking about that movie and going like, oh, that they were just doing Misery, of course. I feel like people said that when that movie came out too. But I saw that movie and enjoyed it well before I saw Misery. And it's like, oh yeah, I guess it really was just Misery.
It's a reverse Misery with an extra guy.
Yeah, that's true. But John Goodman saves her after a car accident and brings her to a place and won't let her leave. And this, he's like, because aliens attacked and took over the world and they're in a bunker and she can't confirm for herself.
Yeah, it's for her protection.
He also sucks and kills a guy.
He does.
And is like real creepy. So she kills him and goes outside and aliens attacked. He wasn't wrong.
And we can't say for certain that doesn't happen at the end of Misery, like after the credits.
Yeah, I think I mean, if you look at it that way, really every movie is a prologue to that.
I mean, the movie ends in New York. And you know what else happened in New York? In the Avengers, aliens attacked. And in Independence Day, aliens attacked. And Independence Day came out 6 years after this movie. It's connected to Independence Day.
Yeah. I guess you could. I mean, if we're doing okay, all right. There's a character.
There's a character called Independence.
Dick Halloran from The Shining is in Welcome to Derry.
Okay, that seems like a pretty strong connection to The Shining.
And is a main cast member too. So not even the cast list goes on so long, and that's why it took me this long to find it. I'm also not really reading it that much because I'm trying to not be boring and I'm listening to my friend Foss.
Thank you, Ben.
No problem. I gotta close this page. This isn't helping us.
I kind of like it.
Yeah. That hobbling scene stuff. And that's pretty close to the end of the movie. Right after that, essentially, he flips her off out the window. Yeah.
That was fun. I like that. And I loved how she just blew it off like, oh, he'll get over it.
You kidder. And then the cop shows up, and that's a sprint to the finish pretty much from there. The sheriff, sorry.
Yep.
Due respect.
He earned that.
I'm not gonna like make you guess because you weren't on this episode, but do you remember, and it's okay if not, since like I said, you weren't on this episode, the other Lauren Bacall movie that we've done on the podcast?
Oh, is it The Big Sleep or the Maltese Falcon? No, I was on that episode. And she's not in that movie. I don't know.
Murder on the Orient Express.
Cedar Lumet.
Yep. The Lumet 70s Murder on the Orient Express.
Yes, I love that movie.
Yeah, she's obviously most of her big ones are the 40s. That movie's the 70s, and this is 1990. Still kicking.
Oh yeah, I mean she passed in 2014. I saw.
Yeah.
She was in that one episode of Sopranos.
That's right.
Where Christopher Melisante punches her in the face, I think, or steals from her. One of the two.
The dumb joke I was going to say is like, oh yeah, she plays that talking fish in Tony's dream that tells her big pussy is the rat.
I forgot about that.
That's it's an iconic dream sequence. One of the Sopranos' many iconic dream sequences, and that talking fish is played by Lauren Bacall. It's not. It's a fish. This is I'm bad jokes today. Sorry, everybody.
This is why they come here.
I mean, honestly, if they're still coming here, why else would they be?
Yeah, that's true.
Anything else you want to say about Misery before we get to final thoughts and ratings?
No, I think that's got all the things I wanted out there.
Yeah, the first two movies we did were comedies, and there was a lot to say about both of them. But sometimes with comedies, it becomes sort of like we all liked the movie. It had good quotes. We're not just going to sit here and quote it. What else do you want us to say? This movie, I would say is even more straightforward than the average comedy. And
Yes.
but there's a lot of meat on that bone, and I really liked it. So with that in
Yeah.
mind, on a scale of 0.5 to 5 on any scale of your choosing, aside from stars, what would you give 1990s Rob Reiner film written by William Goldman, Misery, based on a
I
novel by
would
Stephen King?
I would give it a 4.5. Fuck, 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 fuck.
That's a good one. It's also like, oh, there's a guy stuck in a house and it's snowing and he's frustrated and on a typewriter. So, where have I seen this before? I didn't think about a scale in advance. I wanted to, and then I didn't. And that was a really good one. So let me
Sorry.
think. No, you're
I did
good.
have I originally wanted to say 4.5 smudge.
Um, I would say I am this film's number 4.5 out of 5 fan.
That's good, especially from
Thank
out of
you.
nowhere.
Yeah. I like the waitress at the end that tells him, I'm your number one fan, and the kind of like, the masking, smiling through it that he does in that moment. And as
Yep.
we fade credits, good stuff.
Great stuff.
And as we fade to credits, I hadn't worked out a specific question for the movies yet this month, so I figured I'd just keep adding on to it. So the first one, Princess Bride, was an echo of the Jaws month, where the question was, who would you be in this movie? Who do you like identify with? Either like not necessarily like who you agree with the actions of, but
Yep.
how you would respond in a misery situation, who most represents how you would act.
I would probably be the guy who runs a general store who sells books to Kathy Bates and gives the sheriff some clues or some insight.
Yeah. So you've been buying anything out of the ordinary recently? He's like, not really, but I do have some specific examples I will give you.
Yeah.
Sight
She bought some
unseen.
paper.
She has very specific thoughts that she shared with me that are relevant to your investigation.
She
there
bought
you
some. She bought a lot of bungee cords.
go.
She took all of my painkillers as well.
I would say I'd closest to the deputy, the sheriff's wife, who's like, I'll help, but I will be sarcastic while doing it, and I can't be leading the investigation.
And you're not taking things seriously.
No, yeah, she makes out the worst at all of this, really.
Oh yeah. I think about that
Well, as far as people
occasionally.
who are still alive.
Oh yeah. Because I think about like, oh wow, her husband who she loves is now gone.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
sad.
that's a huge bummer. And I don't know what I would have wanted them to do differently. This movie is pretty. There's really no fat. I said there's a lot of meat on the bone. There's very little fat. Um, you don't need like a post credit sequence with her being like, I'm sad about this, but at least we
No.
acknowledged it. But
I think it's best that we don't get to see how she reacts to it.
yeah, totally. I think you don't need it, but it is, man, you want someone to tell
It's a
her,
good
I don't know,
solar.
give her some pie. I don't know.
Yeah, only
Just knock
someone to
it out.
put like a blanket of aluminum on top of her, like some shiny
Yeah.
blanket. Give her a
I
hot
always
cocoa.
you gotta call for backup, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
He's, that was the problem. He was too competent and everyone else was too incompetent. So like you don't need this either. Um, James Caan's character kills Kathy Bates' character, and then you're in New York and it's an amount of time later. He's not injured anymore. The book is out.
yep.
Um,
Oh, he's hobbling.
yeah, well,
His
he'll
injuries are
be
still
hobbling
there.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, he's not bedridden and like really sweaty. He's
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
wearing a jacket and he's in a restaurant. um, but yeah, you kind of like it's not even like a nitpicking thing of just like I am curious. So what happens next? Kathy Bates dies. The
He
sheriff
Bates
is dead in the
dies.
basement.
I
He
imagine
can't really
he's
walk.
He crawls himself. He probably gets the car keys, crawls himself to the car, forces himself to figure out how to drive.
Yeah.
With his broken legs, and then he probably like gets back to civilization.
Yeah. The phone. I guess there's a phone, right?
Yeah, but he tried the phone earlier. It was busted.
Oh, right.
It was broken on purpose.
Right. And I was gonna say, even if he was gonna, you'd call like who's gonna?
Oh wait, he can get the sheriff's keys, get into his car, and they probably have like a radio on there too.
I hope so.
Yeah,
But
it is a
like,
small
it seems
town
like he
sheriff,
seems
so
to be
maybe
the
not.
only person who works there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who was he gonna call? Just his wife on the horn?
Yeah, it's nighttime at that point, right? I don't know. Like, yeah, none of that actually matters, but it's not even like a cinema sins ding. I'm just saying,
Oh,
like,
no.
I am watching the movie. You can't help but be like a little curious. Like, so what happened next?
I actually
Yeah.
have a question for you, Ben.
Great.
So I noticed it's more for the type of movie that we watched, thriller, horror kind of a thing. Do you find that in horror movies that is like the one genre that you like? Okay, if I was in this situation, this is what I would do, and like you don't really do that for other genres. It's really just mostly horror.
I did ask that question about When Harry Met Sally last week, but aside from that,
What would I do if I fell in love with my best friend?
yeah, totally. I think the nature of horror movies invites you to put yourself in the shoes of the people experiencing it, and you want to question their motives, and not question their motives, question their decision making.
Yep.
And be like, well, I would do better. So I would say horror movies and watching Taskmaster are the two things when I'm most thinking like, what would I do differently to succeed in this scenario?
I was gonna say horror movies and watching Jackass movies are for me. What would I do?
It's just not a group of guys I'd want to hang out with. I just like, I
Same.
don't like being attacked and surprised.
Yeah, I don't need that many staples in my body.
Now, I mean, find ourselves on Linktree, linktr.ee/late to the movies. Yeah, that's what the URL is. I haven't looked at that in over a year. If it's not there anymore, let me know, someone, please. And other than that, we'll be back next week for Rob Reiner closing out Big Rob Reinter. And then after that, it's Oscar season. The Oscars are on March 15th. There are 5 Mondays in March. We will try to do 5 episodes. I haven't decided if that's 5 movies and the Latees award show, or 4 movies and the middle week is the award show. Maybe that makes more sense. Maybe that's for the level of output I've had recently, maybe not overly ambitious is the rule.
I think that's probably the best plan for it.
Thanks again. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Later.